first one, and I'm sure if you dig online somewhere to like some previous interviews I did years ago, like I said the same thing, which is like, choose your investors really carefully. Basically, the reason why I say that is that when as a founder, you're basically chasing an investment round and it's really stressful and you know you have X weeks left of runway. If someone says like they're willing to invest, then you go into a mental state where you're not being as diligent on them as they have been on you, and you just kind of want the money because that's like the thing that you need the most. And if you're not careful about the terms that you give away and how that partner will behave when things go badly, which they will. Everyone's a nice partner when things are going well. I mean, like, you know, why wouldn't they be? But when things go badly, that's when you really have to make sure that, you know, they don't jeopardize your company, or if they do, at least you're aware of it up front. Any founder that I know has kind of similar scarred stories of like, you know, you forget the consequences of those decisions because you're so focused on just like the success of getting the round done. The second one is, and I don't have any negative experiences on it, but like it's just really important that like if you are a new founder group, so you haven't kind of grown up together, and most founder groups haven't, just make sure that you really understand each other's strengths and weaknesses and characteristics. You are probably very different in personality, and you just need to make sure that you invest the time up front to really understand each other and the way you communicate and the way you like to work and strengths and weaknesses and how you support each other. And then the third is like, I mean, it sounds like such a broken record, but like it's the company culture you build, first of all, starts from yourself and your co-founders. And in my view, it's one of the most critical success factors in the overall success of the company. And the reason why I say that is like, if you look at the influencer marketing space, when we started, there were like a handful of companies doing it, and then it became really popular as a space, and it probably attracted like hundreds of startups globally trying to do the same thing. And it's kind of consolidating now to about a dozen or 2 dozen companies. You have companies who will kind of promise everything to the client and then fail to deliver it, and they can tarnish the market first of all, but they can also like, they don't have any longevity because like they don't have any foundational basis of like
core values. Yeah,
core values. That's a really good way of putting it. Like, so with Takumi, like it's all about like we kind of intentionally move as fast as we can, but without like, you know, overstretching ourselves, so that what we deliver like is always like what we promise is always delivered as well, so the foundational basis is there. But then we also have very much tried to create a company culture which is like, you know, a great work environment where there's genuine collaboration and, you know, positive behavior across the group. And the way that manifests itself is that like, because Takumi has a very good reputation in the market, it's, you know, I would think that it's considered as one of the top players in the industry. It means that like our team members get headhunted on a weekly basis, and none of them leave, even for like massively higher salaries, because they know that actually they wouldn't get the same, you know, work experience, like, you know, the whole package that they would get with Takumi. And you can only get to that endpoint if you work on it consistently. And like, you have to proactively build that culture and also make sure that like your own behavior is the foundation of it, because you can't say like, oh, we're going to be, you know, super collaborative and cuddly and warm if you're like an alpha male trader who just cares, you know, and then beats everyone up over a sales figure every day.